let's move on to the Mortal Kombat 1 official Lin Kuei trailer. So we're gonna go ahead and mute this. We're gonna get this going here, and we are going to start. All right, Warner Bros., what you got for us? Whoa! Oh my God! Oh, I can't wait to analyze this in a little bit here. Let's absorb. Just absorb it! Absorb this information. What the fuck did I just see? What? He has an escape? He can escape pressure with the cameo? Oh my God. Maximilian's gonna be happy about this. Smoke's in the game. Hurricane based. Oh, he's got the assassin's dagger. What do they call that? I forgot what they call that. It's the one that you can flail. That's a good weapon for him, actually. That's a great weapon. I like the modest design of it too. Still got a bit of an anime hair going on, but fine, I'll deal. Maximilian's gonna have a blast with this. Wow. So Lin Kuei have become the new bad guys, I guess? So, oh, the Cyber Ninjas are back as cameos. Sector's back as a cameo. Oh, I like the design of him. It's simple, but it works. Well done. Rain's in the game? Oh, Rain's a good guy now. That's different. Oh, I'm not... Oh, he's like a wizard now. He's a spellcaster. He's a zoning spellcaster. That's definitely interesting. He's fucking Gandalf. Dude, let's fucking go. I love that. Frost is the fucking cameo? I like the fact that they brought the old Frost look. I like the old Frost look. Smoke is looking fucking sadistic, man. He looks good. That character is gonna be so popular, dude. Everyone's gonna be playing Smoke. His design and his playstyle is really cool. Holy shit. Uh-oh. Fatality. Holy shit. Oh. Oh my. Her splat. I'll have to censor that later. Okay. Let's rewatch it one more time. No. You don't need to be on my screen. No. I don't need you ads getting in my way. You guys can go sit down and shut up. Okay. Paper, you're mentioning the story in this game looks so good already. Yes. I was skeptical about the single player, or not the single player content. I was skeptical about this game. I'm becoming less and less skeptical, and the reason why I was skeptical is because the announcement was so close to release, and I was worried that they were rushing this game before it was ready. These trailers are really selling me on the idea that it's more of a complete product than I realize. I'm a little worried about the balance of the game, not because of the striker system or the cameo system. I'm a little bit more worried that they may not have the balance ready by the time the game is done, because the game is coming out in like 4 or 5 months from now. And 4 months from now, and that's not a lot of time to fix problems. That's a very short amount of time, and game development, that's a very short amount of time. So granted, it's balance changes where they just change a few numbers and change a few values and see if it works or doesn't, but it's still, nonetheless, I would prefer it if they try to keep the game balance relatively open to the public, so that way people can kind of deal with the problematic stuff right off the bat. Like that was one of the things I did like about the changes in certain things that they made for Street Fighter 6's issues. They were able to balance out, I'm not talking about character balance, because you're not going to be able to deal with character balance until all the characters are released, but I'm talking about mechanical balances, and I'm a little worried about some of the mechanical balances with the game when people start discovering things that you can't, like, that you can and can't do. And hopefully they release a couple more tests out there for people to work out. That's why I was really happy about the stress test. Like, granted, I didn't get to participate in it. I'm glad that it existed, because that was able to give people some feedback to NetherRealm Studios, and hopefully they will be able to address some of these things. I'm hoping that they put out another test out there, so that way people can really break the game and figure out, like, things that you should not be able to do. And so that way we don't have to deal with problems in the game. Like, for example, I don't mind being able to do things, but what would suck is, like, for example, people already found out there were infinites in the game. I do not like the fact that there's infinites in the game, and if there's a striker system or a tag team system, that's going to inevitably happen. So I'm hoping that they patch those problems sooner rather than later, and hopefully they address those mechanics a little sooner before the game's release, because nothing sucks more then when people find out there's a broken mechanic in the game and everyone can do it. It's not like only a handful of people can do it because they have the technical skills, so there's only a handful of times you'll ever run into it. But what sucks is that it's a really easy thing to break and everyone's doing it and everyone's abusing it, and then all you see is that for like the first 2 weeks of the game, or like about like a month into the game's life cycle, people start abusing the fuck out of it, and then before long it's like you actually can't escape it and you have to put up with it or do it yourself. So hopefully during the next test people figure those things out and break it, and then give that feedback to the developers and they figure that out. So hopefully that's what I'm worried about. I don't mind that there's some characters that are more broken than others and that are more strong than others. That's to be expected in the game's release, but I do hope that, you know, they break the game. Oops, I did the wrong thing again. Okay. In the meantime, I'll put on some music. Actually, no, I won't do that. I get for using my left hand to use the mouse. I should be using my right hand. Okay. What's your first impressions of it, Paper? I'm curious. We're gonna watch this again here. So we're gonna watch in standard speed and regular speed. We're gonna watch it as is with the audio and standard speed as is. But as soon as it gets to the gameplay segments, I'm going to slow it down and turn off the audio. But I will be pausing from time to time like this. That is incredible. That is so much cinematography. So creative. So not only are you killing everything here in a really fancy way, but you're showing the blade get to his face to demonstrate Scorpion's power. There's so much cinematography in that. That is so cool. They do look like brothers now that you can see, like, partially their faces. Okay. Okay, we're going to slow things down here, and we're going to turn off the audio a little bit here. And what we're going to do... Pretty cool trailer. You should check out the combat cast. Yes, I have the combat cast ready already, so we will be checking that out right after we do this analysis. Okay, so right off the bat. Oh my god, the presentation. This shit is so fucking pretty. Okay, so there's that infamous pop-up that I've been seeing. Because I've been watching a lot of MK1 people that play the stress test. And people point out that he's got an overhead that's a pop-up. That's insane. In fighting games, that usually never happens. Like, that's a big no-no in fighting games to have an overhead that pops up. Because it's very abusable. And they added it into this game, which is kind of crazy. We don't know if it's broken yet because we won't know, but I'm sure traditionally if you're going to have a pop-up that's an overhead, it's got to be super duper punishable, like insanely punishable, that you can basically land wherever the fuck you want. So if they add that, it'll be fine. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, it's a basic combo, just a simple one. That is crazy. He has 3 ice clones that drag him to you. Is that a meter burn of some kind? That's got to be a meter burn. Do I see a flash? Yeah, it's a flash. So I'm guessing it is. I'm guessing that's an EX burn. Is that an EX burn? Oh, you're mentioning the overhead. It's good, but it's reactable, to be honest, and punishable. Yeah. I mean, even if it isn't reactable, as long as it's punishable, super punishable, that's what matters the most. I don't have a problem with it being reactable or non-reactable, unless it's absurd. Like, if it's absurdly unreactable to the point where it's actually a true mix, then it would be a problem, and you can just slow it down a few frames. But I don't have a problem with being too reactable or not too reactable. If it's too reactable, then it's a problem. It's going to be useless. Then everyone can block it. So as long as it's punishable, that's the most important thing, that you can be rewarded for reading it. So Scorpion's got a combo extender, right? Is that what I'm looking at? Yeah, so he's got like a slamming axe. Oh, wow. Is that an axe? No, it's his 2 swords. Okay. His 2 swords, which does a pop-up combo extender. God. That is crazy. I cannot believe there's a cameo that allows you to escape pressure. So if you don't want to be in Oki range, you can pull yourself out of Oki range, which, to be honest, as cool as that isn't the right time to do that. And this is the reason why. I'm guessing that dick punch that Johnny Cage has got, right here. So Johnny Cage wakes up with a dick punch. I'm guessing that this is his DP option. This is his, I will hit you and I have invulnerability. And that's the only time you would ever do that, is to escape the DP. But to be honest, you'd be better off just blocking it, because if you block it, it's punishable. It's not the right choice to use, but what it does is it shows us the potential of that assist. Like that, for example, he can catch him with that. Damn, that looks cool. Okay, we got some more story bits. We will turn it back to normal. Wow. Smoke's design is so fucking cool. He looks great. Even his mask is like gas masky look. I get it. I get what they're going with. They're going with the gas mask because he's like Smoke, and his element is very gas-like, but it's got a really cool fucking design to it. I like that. This character's gonna be so popular. Everyone is gonna be playing Smoke. Everyone's gonna be playing Smoke. He's gonna be so fucking popular. Okay, let's turn this off. So he's got some kind of hit confirm of some kind, right? That's what I'm looking at. Let's pull it back a little bit here. I'm guessing he might be an adopted member of the family. So he's got a hit confirm that leads into a tech grab. So then he throws the knife at them, pulls them down, and drags them, which allows him Oki range. Yeah, teleport that allows him to trade positions, which makes it really good for... Oh, wow. Okay, so that's one of the things that we saw there. So his teleport allows for not just combo extension and being in Oki range, but allows him tools to set up. Right after this teleport right here. So he does a setup with Cyrax. Cyrax becomes a mine in the field. So as soon as he moves into the field, he blows himself up, which allows him further combo extension. Oh, so he's got an EX. Okay, so he EX burns his teleport. When he EX burns his teleport, he gets combo extension right there. Shit, that's crazy. That's crazy. I forgot to put on music too. Fuck. Paper, you're saying, bro, when you see what they did with Cage, you might change your mind? No shit. Oh, that looks good. That looks good. Oh my god. In the way it, like, grinds its way inside his chest before it bursts through his spine. Holy smokes. All this shit I'll have to censor. How the... Shit. And goes right through the eye socket. Okay. Alright. Let's see where we're at here. NetherRealm, do me a favor and separate your story beats from your gameplay bits. It's a great trailer, but it's a little bit hassling to go through each and everything. More gameplay bits. Okay, hang on here. Son of a gun. Okay. Playback half. Mute. Wind it back a little bit here. So there's Kung Lao doing his hat toss, kind of. So that's the breaker, right? You can spend meter to get yourself out of combos. No, it's a block breaker. Oh, no, he blocks, so that way the breaker looks like it transitions properly. Which is good. The animation on the breaker and the old ones I never really liked, but it functioned well. So that is traditional combo extender. Further extend combos vertically. Damage galore! That one's kind of cool. To be honest, I don't like the fact that they called it Fatal Blow in this one. I think they should have called it something different because it doesn't feel like the Fatal Blows. It feels like the X-Rays in Mortal Kombat X, like a double X-Ray. I do think they should have changed the name a little bit, but the functionality is the same. Press 2 triggers and they you know, go through that dealio. The Rain now is a new kind of character design. They made him like some kind of servant of Liu Kang's. I'm not sure servant is the right word, but they definitely made him an ambassador. They've really changed Rain. Rain is a totally new character. He's a zoner type now, which is actually kind of makes sense. The water effects are so fucking cool. Oh my god, he has a meteor that's shaped like a fucking water? Nice. Scorpion. Scorpion's looking interesting to me. The ninjas are back in town. The ninjas are back in town. Dude, I love that animation. That looks so fucking cool. I loved it when they had it in Mortal Kombat 11, but it wasn't the greatest thing in the world. It was a little limiting. Frost looks great in this. I like her original design. They did relatively well with Mortal Kombat 11's design of it, but I didn't love it. I also didn't like her gameplay that much either. She was a little annoying and also a little bit hard to use. I like the weapon choice they went with Smoke, though. That's the perfect weapon to give him. You couldn't have picked a better weapon using that, I don't remember what they call that sword. Is that a kata? I don't remember. But it's a really great, it's a great selection for the weapon. Okay. And kaboom. Alright, well, we've analyzed it the best that we can. Watching someone get smoldered and blown up and a lot of death. Definitely looks great. This is a fantastic trailer. Alright, let's check out the combat cast. You have a pretty good idea what we're dealing with here. Sweetheart, could you do me a favor? Can you grab me a couple of the handheld foods that were on there? A little bit of everything. Just we'll have to microwave it. You can have that shrimp if you want. Yeah. I'm fine with the jalapeno poppers and the veggies. Okie dokie. Let's get to the good stuff. All right, let's see what they did with Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage! God, they look so fucking good. What I like with the character designs is they went back to like the old OG designs, all the OG designs, but touched them up a little bit. Like all the characters, like Kung Lao looks like OG Mortal Kombat 2. But they touched it up to make it feel a little bit more modern. It really feels like we're going back to the beginning of the character arc, like before they get like, as modern time moves forward, we get more and more complex outfits that look really, really complicated. But they stopped that and they went back to minimalism for the designs, and I kind of like it. Whoa, what they did with her mouth. Wow. They're funny. Oh shit, I've totally forgot to release the audio on this for you guys. I'm fucking sorry.
One of the designers here at NetherRealm Studios.
Stephanie Brownback, QA lead.
Fuck, if I had known that, I would have had the audio playing the whole time. I'm sorry, guys.
This is like one of my favorite things to do, and I'm excited to not see everyone, but we know you're out there.
Yeah.
You know, Twitter's been saying some stuff that we're going to show something cool today. I think Ed might have said that to get ready for some cool stuff.
Some cool stuff? I think we have plenty of cool stuff.
I think we have mega cool stuff.
So before we start with the actual stream, we're going to show a world premiere trailer. Exclusive for Mortal Kombat 1 right now.
Thank you.
The Lin Kuei is a centuries-old clan dedicated to Earth realms.
We already saw this.
Need your help. The realm.
There's smoke.
We will.
Oh shit, we're going back to the brutality of it all.
Oh, that was it. That was incredible.
Well, that
was
cool.
I think that's a lot of things people haven't seen before.
That
I will say.
So as we like to do, I want to go through all of us and discuss what our favorite parts were. Mine is kind of weird. Well, obviously, characters being shown.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always important.
A lot was shown. Yes.
Me, it's a small thing. It's a cinematic thing, but I love it. It's that blade melting.
Yes, I love that.
It's so... it seems so minor, but it's just so cool to me. I think it's awesome.
I love goofy stuff.
Sure.
My favorite thing is the opponent's reaction to Rain's move, where he goes down like a toilet bowl, and he's like, that makes me giggle every dang time I see it.
That's funny.
For me, it's easy. I love the robots. Sector, let's go.
The robots rule, they are back.
So that's super cool. Hope you enjoy the trailer. Now remember, when you're watching on stream, there can be some compression and whatnot, so make sure you go to our YouTube.
Paper, tell me what your favorite thing you saw in the trailer was so far.
4K? I don't know. Let's see.
I'm sure we're going to try to pick
Same thing with you, Dolbs, let me know.
Frame by frame analysis.
Yeah, and just, tweet us everything you're thinking.
Yes.
It's coming. Another thing I want to talk about real quickly before we move on is the online stress test was a huge success thanks to all of you. Loved every second of it. I played a lot of it. Did pretty well, then I didn't.
I played a lot. I went 15-0. I was like, people, have they never played this game before?
They haven't.
And then it looked like I had never played the game before. I lost my streak. I mean, it was only 15. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
It was only
The matches were
15.
quick.
Again, the double digits is pretty good.
Mortal Kombat again.
Yeah.
Like, it's awesome. I love it.
I got on a Friday night, was playing some, was doing really well. Then I met a couple of people, including another Katana player. who beat the bejesus out of me. And after like 5, I was kind of trying to make excuses in my head. I'm just tired, blah, blah, blah. Then after like, it was like 6-1, and I was just like, you know what? I'm old, I'm washed up, I'm done. Turned it
Yep,
off,
take a
just
break.
went to bed.
You retired again.
Nothing sucks more than losing straight like 5 games in a row, 6 games in a row, 3 games in a row. At that point, you're like, okay,
Yeah,
I
it's great to
submit,
see.
big boy.
We're super excited,
I
though,
submit.
For those of you who had a chance to play it, and also we got a lot of really excellent feedback from you, especially in the terms of dashing and that sort of thing.
Hashtag dash block. Hashtag dashing.
So just keep in mind, we see all that stuff, we listen to that stuff.
We'll see what you guys say.
We're discussing all of it.
Yeah, we definitely collected a bunch of information that we got from all the people on Twitter and other medias. And yeah, we're listening for sure.
Yeah, so thank you so much for that excellent
Good.
feedback.
That's why these things are so important. Stress tests like this, whether exclusive or inexclusive,
Fun is the number one.
is great.
Absolutely.
It's just fantastic.
Also, one more
It
thing
only
before we
helps
move
the
in.
game.
Evo is coming up, so we hope to see you there. Some of us will be in attendance.
Can't wait. I'm really excited to go.
Always one of my favorite
Always
things.
excited. Yeah, I've gone every year for, 15 years now or something.
Bring your deodorant. It's gonna be hot.
It's gonna be real hot. So we hope to see you there. That'll be awesome. Today we're going to talk about some fun things. We're going to
Someone's making some call-outs, sir.
A huge part of this game.
If you've ever been to gatherings at fighting game events, a lot of stanky people.
As I've gotten deeper and deeper into
Stanky.
the game. Then we're going to walk through Scorpion. Pretty popular character.
I've heard of him. I've heard of him.
Unfortunately.
Iconic.
Go through one of my favorites, Johnny Cage.
Hey,
Who has some new mechanics that are very exciting that we're excited to talk about.
still goofy, and I love it.
But before we do that, before we actually go to gameplay, let's talk a little bit about cameos themselves. Like, Stephanie, what do you see cameos as?
Cameos are kind of an extension of the way we've looked at player expression in the last few games. We had customizable loadouts, variations, and now this is something new where your roster character is going to be, set, but then your cameo is you can go back and forth with, and you could maybe
I do think that doing away with the variation system it's about time. The variation system has been a great system for a while, but I think it's time to move on to something new. And I think it's great that they're moving on to something new.
Combos. You could have a combo-centric cameo, so it's kind of a way to.
It's been a hit and miss in a lot of ways.
While keeping your base roster character the same. And I would imagine some people are going to switch back and forth depending on matchup. Some people are just going to have their favorites. So
What I do think that's good about the cameo system is that it's a universal mechanic. Everyone can use the cameo system regardless, so that levels the playing field for everybody. Naturally. Naturally, it's a level playing field for everyone. If someone's using a broken cameo, guess what? Everyone can use it, regardless of the character you're playing. That's good.
If you want to be kind of a zoner and have a cameo that also does additional zoning attacks, you can do that. Or, like Stephanie was saying, if your character maybe has a little weakness over here, equip a cameo that will complement it so that you have this full kit that you feel is the best for you. And everybody's going to play differently, and that's what's really, really exciting to see.
And of course, there's a bunch of cameos that haven't been announced yet.
There are. There are.
So that you'll be very excited about. For me, it's such a cool, just extra thing to think about, and it really just multiplies the matchups. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, they're using this cameo this time. Now I have to think about this. Now I can. Maybe they're not combo centric this time. Now I have to watch out for traps. Like, that's interesting.
And they introduce a new level of just chaos too, which is a lot of fun, right?
Yes.
Like they can absorb attacks, so you can almost use them as like a decoy at times and things like that. Like it's going to be exciting to watch the community explore the cameo system. Right. It's awesome.
So I guess what we should do now, Stephanie, would you like to go through Kung Lao?
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds like fun. So Cameo Kung Lao is one that we've shown in gameplay trailers, but he wasn't in the stress test and all that, so we haven't really got a full look at his moves. So let's go through them.
So is Kung Lao just a cameo character, or is he both cameo and playable? I'd imagine he's got to be playable. He's probably playable.
Kung Lao is based on Mortal Kombat 2 Kung Lao.
Ah.
It allows them to also, they look like the classic characters and they have kind of classic moves.
Exactly.
Too, which is awesome.
Like the spin.
And like the effects look just like they did back
Exactly.
then,
Like
which
the
is
little
so cool.
silver outline, yeah. So this is your
That's cool.
classic combo starter. Maybe you're playing a character who doesn't have great pop-ups, Kung Lao can help you out. Or like Derek said, you can also double down. Maybe combos is your thing, and you can do even more.
Oh yeah.
So he also has Low Hat, which is a pretty quick projectile, and you can actually combo out of it. And then lastly, he has
Expected that.
his teleport.
Let's go.
And this is a great example that cameo moves are not just like combos or like offensive moves. Some can be mobility tools,
Right.
buffs, debuffs, weird stuff like that. Like it can be pretty
Combo right out of it too. Holy shit.
Across all the cameos that will be coming out, you're gonna see a lot of different like.
These are things that I kind of picked up on right off the bat when I was watching the people's gameplay of MK1 on the stress test.
Like the biggest thing for us, the line is, you know, player expression.
Exactly.
And this is going to let the player really choose what they do with their character.
Yep.
And the same character can be with a number of different cameos. It's just, there's so many iterations. It'll be awesome.
It's also really cool because it's allowed us this opportunity to bring back characters that you haven't seen in over a decade in some cases, which is really awesome.
There are definitely.
That's a hint.
That's for sure.
That's a hint. That means that they're going to be bringing back some of the old 2000 characters. In the old 2000 ones, we're talking about 3D era of Mortal Kombat characters. That's a hint. Which the 3D characters from the Mortal Kombat era are not the most popular. From the casual point of view, they're not.
Exactly what you'd want to see, and they have just never looked better.
Yes.
I don't want to tease too much, but like cameo Kung Lao, you can probably guess, and it's just so good.
Yes. Yeah. It looks great, and you'll see it soon. You'll see it soon enough.
Yep. So cameo is just generally like a huge part of this game.
Yes. They are involved in your combo breaker, your fatal blow, your throws. They are just the cinematics, the intros, the victory screens. Like they're integrated in the gameplay and aesthetically pretty much as possible.
Yeah.
Yep. And like we talked about, like the one thing we were always talking about is player expression. This is just another way to bring your, like the one thing that we've seen it during the online stress test, one of the coolest things about our community is the creativity that they have.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I've been in this building for a while seeing stuff that I think is awesome. I mean, yeah, everybody does awesome stuff here. And all of a sudden I'll see somebody pick up something and see it on the online stress test and be like, oh, that's possible.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've still never seen that. That's the first time I'm seeing it. Yeah, absolutely. And I always kind of look at the cameo system as like, you've got your main fighter, and then the cameo is kind of your teammate, like you're building almost like a loadout sort of, right? And it's sort of like, how do I want to play my main character and complement him? What's my loadout going to be, my team loadout? And that's always how I've seen like the whole cameo system.
One of the ways I like to look at it is my favorite thing about it is it kind of allows you to, I guess you could say, break the rules of the game or the balance. Like there'll be certain moves that, well, this
But
is
it's
the armor
universal.
move, but
That's
it
the
doesn't
most important thing.
cover
Everyone can do
combo.
it.
So you have armor, but you
It
don't do a
won't
lot of damage.
invalidate
There's
any
some
character.
situations with, like,
I'm sure there will be tier
Sonya,
lists of characters on the
Ram,
standard level,
combo off.
but it
Like,
won't
some
invalidate
moves,
any
yes,
character in the game. It'll
You
make
can
every
actually get
character,
combos off.
some
There's certain
form or
moves
another,
that you're not
slightly
supposed to
viable
combo
to a
off,
certain
but
degree
you
because they will
can.
have tools that everyone can use. Really? You're gonna turn off on me?
Exactly. Which is like for 30 years, you normally can't combo off an uppercut. You just get your big hit, but with that square wave, you can. And it really feels like you're like,
Breaking the rules.
yeah, just doing stuff that's forbidden. And it's the best feeling.
Real quick, just at the end of the stream today, I wanted to mention this before I forgot. We do, Derek and I like to play occasionally.
Yes.
I don't know if our fingers are quite ready yet.
Mine are. Yours are just old.
That's
Wow.
accurate. That is accurate.
Yeah.
We did have QA, Pete and Ryan and Matt, they all kind of put their heads together and put together a fight between our two featured characters today.
Tyler is scared.
I'm scared.
Tyler is scared.
But the fight is awesome. We can't wait for you to see that. You're going to see how they play in real life.
Way better than us. Way better than us. Like, you're not going to see that high level with us.
We've had 2 or 3 good matches in like 10 years.
Maybe, yes. I'll give us that.
So anyway, so that's that.
Cool.
That is cameos.
What are we on to next?
I think it's time to show off Scorpion.
I'm excited.
Oh, wow. Scorpion already?
All right. So Scorpion is back, and like
Scorpion.
most of the returning characters in MK1, our design team kind of looked at.
I didn't think they'd actually show his gameplay at this point in time.
King reshaped the world, you know, in his vision.
Right.
Our design team kind of looked at the past and was like, what are the core moves that you absolutely have to bring back?
Absolutely.
What are the moves that
That's
you wanna
obvious.
kinda give a fresh
Teleport,
paint?
throw spear.
And what's the new stuff that we could do?
Always
with-
got to keep it fresh.
Exactly.
That's
so with
right.
Scorpion, you start off,
Bro,
you have the
yep.
spear,
Spear.
and you have the teleport.
Of
course.
1992,
Easy.
you have to have it. they're bad. Get over here. You get over there. But then, from Deadly Alliance, Hellfire's back.
Ooh, they brought back fucking Hellfire.
And then,
That tracks, of course.
yes,
Yeah.
in this game, it is a low. It is not unblockable.
Hellfire was also an MKX, I know that.
Classic unblockable version that lights you on fire.
Okay, cool.
Then he has some new stuff, primarily using his rope and the hook at the end.
Right.
So
I'm not even gonna try and say what it is.
I know, but I'm not gonna try.
Yeah,
to
it's too much
pronounce
pressure to get it right.
Fair.
What's a kata? I think it's like
Super long
kata
range
gamma? I can't remember
it.
exactly.
Anti-air. It's used in a bunch of strings, and he has special moves with it.
I call that.
I like that. I really like that. Ooh, that's
a
sick.
fun move list.
That animation is sick.
And then one of the cool new moves is Air Spear, where he.
I saw that. Yeah, that's kind of
This
interesting.
goes perfectly well with what I wanted to talk about next, which is the air combos. Air combos are back. They haven't been in a game for
Since the 3D era.
2006.
Yeah.
So it's
Armageddon was the last time.
Yeah.
Introduced in Deadly Alliance, I think it was?
Almost classic.
No, not Deadly Alliance. It was introduced in, I think Deception. It may have been only in Armageddon, maybe. I can't remember.
Air combos can be used to end combos, but they
I
can
didn't
also
love air
extend
combos in the old time.
here.
As long as they make them look good, I don't have a problem with them being in the game. Air combos are not my favorite thing in fighting games at times. I don't mind being a little airborne, but you be up there for too long, it does look a little goofy sometimes.
all different kind of reactions.
Where is
We'll see.
a swaggy combo? We got any?
See, it's not bad. I can dig it.
I wouldn't have done that.
They are a little floaty looking though, which I understand why.
With your cameo, like you were saying earlier.
The thing about
you
air
wanna double
combos is that you
down
gotta
on
make your
stuff
character
you do.
float in the air a little bit, so it makes it really easy to anti-air them. Which is why like certain anime fighters, when they have floaty air mechanics, they allow you to block in the air too.
The 333 combo also reminds me of like a classic.
Which is probably where the cameo system comes into play. You can use the cameo to cover your air approach.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Just those little nods and throwbacks. It's some of my favorite.
Air combat is one of my favorite things in this game as well. I've had so much
Absolutely.
fun just like
Yes.
trying to like rack my brain figuring out what to do in the air, and there's so many choices too.
Yeah, the number of combo routes in this game are like really extensive, and it's super fun. You can also, one of the coolest things is the cameos is coming with combos on the fly.
Yeah.
Like while you're
That's
actually
usually
playing,
when
you're
people have fun with combos in fighting games, is that you create your own combos. In a lot of ways, Street Fighter 6 does provide that. With the combo or with the drive rush mechanic, you kind of get to create your own combo, sort of. There's certain rules that you have to follow, but it offers a lot of freedom, and people like that.
Extend that into a combo now, right?
It makes every same character feel different. Like if you both play Scorpion, everyone's Scorpion feels slightly different.
Your ground footsies, and now
Right.
maybe you have your air footsies.
Right. Like it's crazy. It's fun. I love it. I am so excited.
Well, I think we should take a look at Johnny Cage.
Oh,
Cage!
well.
Well, do you want to before we do that, you want to do some? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So
What?
while Stephanie's setting up Johnny Cage here,
Nice.
I want to talk quickly. While Stephanie was walking me through Johnny Cage, every single character I see in this game, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do that character. Yeah, I'm gonna play that character.
You do that every game.
I know I
You
do.
do it every game,
But
and you
there's
suck with
this-
them all.
I'm surprised they haven't had more voice acting showcase for Van Damme right now, because he was a big selling point. Not a big selling point, but it was interesting the fact that they were able to get Van Damme to play Johnny Cage.
Excited about.
Here we go.
you'll see it here in a
Uh-oh.
minute, getting it all set up.
Yep.
So let's talk about Johnny Cage.
Hi,
As
Cage!
always.
Yes. So one of the main things about Johnny Cage is he is a mix-up and pop-up combo starter machine.
Yep.
Like
Oh.
Oh.
We're not showing it yet. Are we showing it?
Let's go.
Okay. Let's go to it. All right.
a ton of his new moves pop up for a combo.
What did I just see there?
Quickly, is he
Ooh,
doesn't
they
have,
brought
like,
that
his
animation back. Okay, I'm gonna rewind a little bit here, guys. I know that gets a little annoying when you're watching it for the first view, but I do kind of want to get a look at that. So, that is a 3-hit combo. Oh shit, that's guaranteed.
His new moves pop up for
I never liked this animation in particular. This is why I slowed it down.
a combo.
This right here, I hate that animation. I hate that in any fighting game, and I've seen that back in Mortal Kombat Armageddon, and I always hated it then. You do not throw your kick like that. It looks terrible. Now, to the average viewer, it looks fine. But the reason why is his knee is not chambered. His leg is straight as an arrow. If you lift someone up with that thing, it makes no sense. If you lift your leg up, like right now, lock your knee in place and lift your leg up a little bit, you'll feel tension in your knee. So you're not going to be able to lift someone up with that. Chamber your leg. You got to cock it like a gun. There's a way to make that. You could lift someone up with a front kick. Yeah, just do a straight up front kick to their chin. And just chamber the leg, and it'll have more like lift momentum. It looks better. It looks cooler. I hate that animation. I fucking hate that animation. I really dislike that animation a lot. That said, still looks relatively good, I guess. I mean, that is crazy. He has a pop up like that.
A ton of
But I hate that animation.
For a combo.
And one thing that you'll notice quickly is he doesn't.
Dude, I love his sidekick. His shadow sidekick, he chambers it. See how that leg pops back into place? Where he hits them and he pulls it back? That generates power and it looks clean. It looks good and it generates power. That's chambering. That's pulling the leg back. It's like kind of like how a scorpion, and I'm talking about the character scorpion, like an animal scorpion. It coils or a snake. It coils itself back before it strikes. That's kind of the idea that you should be going with when you animate these things. So they did a good job there. Just a little complaint.
He doesn't have like his traditional Johnny Cage.
What the fuck was that?
Like you know,
He's got a 540 pop-up kick? Holy shit.
Energy, right? Like,
right.
Like, you know, he could manipulate energy when he was doing his kicks. Or
I love those animations, though, with that kick. That kick looks fantastic.
More of a grounded
I like how there's no green trails, just his clothing.
Right. In fact, he does not have the energy balls at all.
Oh, really? No fireballs.
The game has reshaped the world, and Johnny Cage is strictly anti-zoning. He hates
Wow.
it. He can't stand it. But to
What a
make up for
world.
that,
No magic.
yeah, to make up for that, he has excellent rushdown and unique ways to get in.
Yeah, if he has no zoning, he's gonna have a rushdown game.
Is this command dash?
What?
Quickly goes in, you can use it to cover space, and if you're close, he can actually go through the opponent.
What?
He can also
No! They added that?
helps you close in.
Oh, shit.
Exactly.
Now, is he vulnerable during that time?
He is.
Okay.
No? Okay, he's vulnerable. But still, that's really
Another thing
good.
He has, which
And he
I
can do
think
it
is one of
twice.
The neatest thing about him is the hype meter.
I gotta hype it up.
This is
Got a hype meter?
This is the thing.
Oh, the star. The star. I didn't see the star until they pointed it out.
Yeah.
As he does special moves and certain taunts, he'll start to build it up.
Right.
So what are the taunts?
Okay.
Well, if you hold L2 after doing some of his special moves, he will hold a pose and look really cool.
And notice the star is filling up.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll do some
Oh,
of this
no.
so you can see.
He got that much meter from hyping? I mean, I'm sure it's super vulnerable, but holy shit, that's a lot of meter.
Oh, he has his nut punch, but he can actually hold it and do a taunt
Right.
version. Then, once it's full, you're fully charged, and when you're ready,
What's it do?
you activate it. So this
What's he
gives
do?
you the ability to special cancel special moves into other special moves.
That's a lot of special and cancel. Oh, so you can
Oh
do
my
double
god! They
other
added
special
fucking
moves.
That's
Nagayuri!
a lot of special and canceling. Oh,
Oh my god, they added Nago. Oh my god, I can't even say his name. Naguri Yuki from fucking Guilty Gear Strive into this game, where you can cancel specials into specials. The reason why he's fucking top tier in that game is because you can cancel a special into a special. Granted, you have to build a meter in this one, but as soon as you add that ability into a character, that immediately bolsters them to be pretty much guaranteed to be top tier. No wonder he has no fucking projectiles. Oh my god, that's fucked. That's so fucked. Now, granted, I'm guessing the projectile game is going to be like a major hindrance for him, but my god, there's reason, like, so to put this into perspective, Nagori Yuki in Guilty Gear Strive, the way it works is that every time you cancel a special move into a special move, you build up what's called a blood gauge. And if you do like 3 special moves back to back, you basically nearly max it out. And what ends up happening is that if it maxes out, you lose 80% of your health, like basically 80% of your health guaranteed. And if the opponent capitalizes when your gauge is maxed, they can pretty much guaranteed kill you. They can pretty much wipe out your entire health for mismanaging your meter. You can guarantee die, basically. That's how crazy that is. That's why they added that mechanic, to balance him out. The fact that they have a meter built in like that, holy shit. Holy shit. I hope his damage scaling is reasonable, which is probably not going to be the case.
So you do double nut punch.
That's right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And can't you do like multiple?
Oh
kicks
my,
in a row?
I'm scared.
That's right.
Yeah. Now, if that's not the top of fun, I don't know what is.
This is what
Oh, he can only cancel it 3 times. That's the trade-off. And certain moves can only be canceled so many times.
In Los Angeles,
Okay, so there is a limitation to its cancelability.
It's a taunt now. If you got a teabag, that will also.
Oh my god. What is this character? Why are you a fucking character?
It allows him to get
This character is so toxic. This is the most toxic video game character I've ever seen in my life. He's not only designed to be toxic, he fucking teabags you as a move.
So let me build it up.
Dude, this character is so toxic. He's gonna piss so many people off. This isn't hype meter. This is salt meter, dude. This is not a hype meter. This is gonna piss you off meter.
Use this to do simple stuff, like you could do a shadow kick. They try to punish it. Use special cancel in a nut punch, then special cancel into uppercut, and then for free, without using the bar, you can get an air combo. Then bring in your cameo to extend it.
You
then
can
jab
save
backwards,
yourself
and
when
then
someone
finish the
reads
combo.
it?
So big damage if you've got the hype thing up.
And it's just fun to do.
It's also incredibly fun to do.
It takes a while for it to go down too, by the looks of it.
Some amazing versions of it in the fight at the end of the show
Yes.
All right.
Lastly, there's one more mechanic I wanted to show. Johnny Cage has a unique mechanic where he can actually break a throw, use 1 bar a meter to break your arm, and then disable your throws for limited time. So if you can use
Oh my god. Hello? Why? 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 You can disable your offense. Even if it's just a throw. Granted, you can strike with other abilities, but strike throw is so important in Mortal Kombat games. They're so important. I'm sure they're not nearly as important in this one as they are in other ones, but that's insane.
a throw, I'll show you. That was not an
Okay.
easy throw.
Okay.
What?
Okay, it's only one throw.
I just mistimed it.
All good.
So there you go.
And
Now,
I am pounding on the throw button,
And nothing happened.
and I can.
How long does it last?
yeah.
That is so.
So it does
cool.
take
That's
a
so
bar, but
long.
it's a pretty
That's
good
so long.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Okay. This may not seem that good for some people. This may not seem that good. For fighting game players, this is busted. This is actually busted. I can already tell it's busted if it lasts that long. To put it into perspective, in Mortal Kombat 3, if you ever watch, I highly recommend Peanut Butter and what is it? Ketchup and Mustard's channel. They cover the history of competitive fighting games. Check out their stuff revolving around Noob Saibot. Noob Saibot in the original Mortal Kombat game. So MK3 was banned because he has an ability to prevent you from pressing buttons. He has a special move. When he hits you, you cannot block or attack. And if that happens, you are free. You're free. Now, granted, you can still attack when Johnny breaks your arm. But here's the thing. If you get momentum and Johnny keeps blocking your offense, that means that, let's say you hit him with like a 20 seconds of constant pressure and you just can't break his defense. Well, guess what? Well, I mean, not 20 seconds, but like 3 seconds of constant pressure. And you can't break his defense. Guess what? You cannot throw him to break his defense. You can't. You lose an option for offense for how long that lasted. How long did that last? How long did that last? Oh my god. How long did that last? That lasted so long. Okay. So we're at 39:51. So starting from here, 39:52.
So there you go.
The 52.
I am pounding on the throw button,
And nothing happened.
and I cannot throw.
Yeah.
That is so.
So it does
cool.
take a bar, but it's a pretty neat.
52. So it lasts 8 seconds. 8 seconds is an eternity in a fight. To put it into perspective, I don't know how long it takes to kill people on average in this game, but to put that into perspective, most average fighting game fights last between one-on-one characters, even with tag systems, last about 30 to 40 seconds. You lose a 10% of the match. Like let's say it's 40 seconds. You're losing a quarter of the match. Like a quarter of the match, you lose throw. That is crazy. That's crazy good. Granted, you have to read the throw and you have to burn a meter. That is still something you have to do, but it's a big reward. Oh my god. Oh my god. And here's the thing, teching throws in Mortal Kombat games, they seem tough. You do get adjusted to it. After a while, when you get better at the game and you get more comfortable with the game, I was having no issues teching throws in Mortal Kombat games. You do get comfortable with it at a certain point. It's still a read, but you actually get a pretty good job of educated reads. That's crazy.
There we go. So a little bit of time.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's what I love. I love the little bits of new energy coming into the game. It's super fun to see.
You always got to keep them fresh.
That mechanic is just super neat. Like, because I love throwing.
Yes.
And
Yes.
my throw punishes are broken.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's
I mean,
awesome.
You don't really throw a
Yeah, well.
Okay.
Definitely interesting.
All right, we'll see. Yeah,
Am I calling for nerfs right now? If any of you are wondering, no. Don't change a damn thing. Leave it as is. We'll see how it functions when the game releases. Don't change a damn thing. Let it play out for a little bit. But it's fascinating. It's fascinating. I've never seen that implemented in a gameplay design. And that's most likely going to be broken. It's going to be so good. Literally, it's going to be so good. 8 seconds? Oh my god.
So that is Johnny Cage. Super excited.
Happens in 8 seconds.
Do a little,
Yeah. No, it really
Oh,
can't.
audio shotgun? Oh my god. Here. So good. Literally, that's gonna be so good. 8 seconds? Oh my god.
so that is Johnny Cage. Super excited.
Happens in 8 seconds. Alright, how's that? Does that fix the problem? Oh, audio shotgun? Oh my god. Here. Let me know if that fixed the problem. I think it was because I was shaking my table too much from the excitement of watching this bullshit.
So that is Johnny Cage. Super excited.
Happens in 8 seconds. Alright, how's that? Does that fix the problem? Okay, it sounds like it fixed the problem. Thank you for giving me the warning. Hopefully it didn't go on for too long.
Yeah.
So
Very,
Johnny Cage,
very cool.
two very different characters.
Yes.
Both look awesome. Rumi Bot has some more.
I think I was shaking my table too much.
Yes.
I mean, pure
He's
excitement.
a real star. He really is.
Really is.
He's gonna keep Cage's mansion clean.
I'm so excited to see people again, our players love to show off
Very,
sometimes,
very
and it's
cool.
finding the times to use those taunts
Yeah.
Right.
and not get blown up by doing it.
Yeah, I think you'll see in the upcoming fight that we're going to show the kind of trade-off where you want to do the shadow kick and then hold the kick and all that, but then you open yourself up, but you did get height meters, so maybe it's worth it. It's a really neat mechanic.
That's awesome. Johnny Cage.
I'm all about
super
adding
cool.
new creative things in fighting games and let it play out. Let it play out. Let it break the game unless it's mechanical. If it's mechanical, like straight up like infinites or insta kills or anything like that, then fix it. Only then fix it before the game's release. Let the players figure it out to figure out how to unbreak
So
it.
just keep that in mind, obviously. So Derek, listen. There it is. Derek has some birthday shout-outs to do.
I do. It's been a while.
Has been a while.
2 years, so we have 2 years worth.
Okay, you have to go fast for these.
Okay, no, I'm just joking. All right, happy birthday! We've got Ryan Torrey, Jandy, Dan Weiland, Chris.
All right,
Chapman, Brian
sorry, birthday
Foss,
people, but we're
Andrew
skipping ahead.
Richmond. I'm gonna mess them up. Stefan, Hector, Gilbert.
Fun one. Follow the Mortal Kombat social.
For all of you that were on that,
Announce any of that.
happy
Before
birthday
we
to all of
do,
you.
Again, special
From
thanks
my
to
stream to their stream to your stream.
Matt for
Happy birthday.
putting this
But
together. We have a
I want to
fight
watch
now
this
we're gonna show
shit.
you between Johnny Cage and Scorpion, showing how they actually work in a real fight. take a look.
Cool.
All right, that's classic.
Hey, wifey, check this out.
Before.
Oh, where did I leave that? Oh.
All right, that's classic. I've used that move before.
And the new and improved Johnny Cage. Cage.
That is accurate.
Okay.
And Johnny Cage clearly has the home advantage.
See how the developers feel with the movement. Maybe they've improved things a little bit.
The case that he's gonna be more tentative while fighting because he doesn't want to.
Okay, their walk speed definitely looks like it's been increased a little bit from what I saw in the previous gameplays. It looks like they buffed up the walk speed, which I think is fine.
Picture of himself in there as well, which I
Johnny might be my new character. I might be playing.
I need to get one of those of me.
I might be playing Johnny Cage. Holy shit.
Oh, that's a perfect example. He risked it to get that meter up, and
All right, I'm not okay. I'm starting to see that this thing is not as strong as I thought it would be.
one of the little meta things there is.
It took a while. Okay, the meter doesn't go down though, but it still took a while. He had to go through a whole round. Granted, he didn't get that many hits, but he had to go through a whole round before he got that thing fucking maxed out. You basically had to trade the rounds, so I'm not sold on it being that OP now.
I hope they didn't fix it.
Ooh, good punish on that back three rope.
Nice, nice. Okay.
The breakers look so cool in this.
Johnny looks so much fun. Yeah, he does look good.
I love it because, again, with cameos, they're all different.
Yes.
Oh, did they add? Oh, wait a minute. Did they add? Did I see that correctly?
I love it because, again, with
Okay.
cameos, they're all different.
Yes.
Dash block? Dash block?
I love it because, again,
Can I see that
with
dash
cameos,
block?
They're all different.
Yes.
They added dash block. They added dash block.
Oh, and
Swagging.
wow, using the teleport in a combo. Very, very cool.
Dude, this shit looks great.
Gets me all.
Johnny Cage.
He's out of here.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I love the camera.
that actually looked great.
They're very, very cool.
Oh, that's a fake out. Kano's got a fake out?
Canceled out of it.
Yep. He just wanted to check it out. All right.
He's like, I'm here if you need me. I'm here if you need me.
He still hasn't used the height meter though.
Now, he's been sitting on hype. He has not activated the whole time.
Okay, yeah, and saving it for the last round is everything.
And here we go.
Oh, okay. The trade-off is that it's a bit, you have to set it up. If you do it raw, you're gonna eat it.
Here we go.
Double nut
Oh
punch.
my god.
Oh, I like this. Oh my god, the damage. The damage, holy shit.
Wow. A 50% combo.
Fucking A. Almost 50, it's like a 40% damage combo. He already had some damage, but...
Yeah, excellent whiff punish from Scorpion there.
Okay, okay, I'm not sold that the height mechanic's that strong. I'm still thinking that the strong thing is the arm break, if you land it. Of course, it's a big read, but it is a huge advantage. Not often, it's not gonna happen often, but it might happen just enough.
You would have gotten the uppercut brutality if that was the case.
Scorpion wants nothing to do with this.
Oh, that's game right there. It's a counter, isn't it?
So, do you want to explain
His
that?
fatal blow
Is a
the
counter.
attack into it is actually a parry that he can hold.
And it catches you a lot.
Oh my god, are you shitting me? That is awesome.
We're gonna save that for next time, for another time, not next time, another time.
Yeah, we don't get to see the fatality.
Nice.
Love it.
Well, big thanks to QA. That was an awesome fight.
Yes.
That was fantastic. When they first sent it to me, I was like, "Oh, that's exactly what I wanted." Like,
Yep.
just amazing. So
Okay.
we'll have some more of those throughout our combat.
He looked
cast.
reasonable.
Yeah,
He definitely looked reasonable. Still very good, but definitely looked reasonable.
It's a balance beam because some people really enjoy watching us fight. Some people really hate watching us fight.
You know what?
So we have to give it to both people. But we would actually like to be good at characters. Before we
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it first,
Well,
too.
I mean, I would still destroy you today.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
That said, I think that's it.
And you said when the next one was.
We have not yet.
I know.
Not yet. Just follow our Mortal Kombat Twitter and all of our.
Okay,
social
is that the
media.
end of it all? Yeah, it is. Okay. Overall, it looks good. I'm impressed. I'm very, very impressed. I think, I thought that height mechanic would actually be a lot stronger than that. That's actually pretty mild overall. I thought it was going to be much stronger than that.
Character, but still has those same attacks.
Let's see here. Take a look here.
The best feeling.
Keep it fresh.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Just as, which helps you close in pressure, of course. He's that.
Okay, so the reason why this dash is going to be very good. The reason why this dash is going to be good is because there's a fighting game. The game King of Fighters has a character by the name of Chris, and Chris has these exact dashes. Now the thing is, you can hit Chris out of these dashes too, but they're very quick and they're very good for mix-up opportunity. And what they do is that this looks like it's a little bit more intricately designed than Chris's dashes, because Chris's dashes can cover a large range. These ones don't, unless you double dash. Now the reason why this is scary is because they go through you.
And if you're close,
So what's going to end up happening is that Johnny Cage will do a combo that knocks you down, and then he'll do that dash, and he'll be on the other side of you while you're in the middle of falling, and then you'll have to guess a mix between that. Or what he could do is dash through and dash through you again, then you have to guess the other direction. The reason why it's really strong in traditional fighting games is because you have to hold back to block. I don't know if they're still doing the hold back to block method in these games, in NRS games. They're probably still doing the hold the block button to block. So if that is the case, this thing will be okay, but not overwhelming. It'll be an okay option. But if it's hold back to block, like in Justice, this is going to be very good. This is going to be very good. So it has potential.
he can actually go through the opponent.
He's that.
He can also do it twice.
Which I'm assuming they're doing the block, right? Based on the fact that people have already played the game.
Helps you close in pressure, of course, too.
Exactly.
Now, is he vulnerable during that time?
He is.
Okay, gotcha.
Another new thing he has.
It can be canceled out of specials, though. Holy shit.
Another new
That's
thing he
good.
has, which I think is one of the neatest thing about him, is the
Or not specials, get canceled out of normals.
This is it. This is the thing.
This is
No, I thought this thing would be a lot stronger. The issue with the hype mechanic is that it is got really long startup, really long recovery. So though it's good, it can output a lot of damage. You're banking on it. You're giving up. Granted, that looks like it's guaranteed. So if certain special moves like this, he recovers it in time. So you won't get punished if you do that. So you're gonna use specific moves to use to gain hype.
Yeah. I'll do some other stuff so you can see.
See, that one's a bad one. That you'll get punished for doing that. So yeah, you'll get punished for doing that one. That's a bad one, but it gives you the most meter by the looks of it.
So for example,
That one, I'm thinking that's pretty punishable. That's you can tell. That's a big tell. As soon as you see that sparkle, you'll immediately hit him,
punch,
even if it's just a
you
jab.
can actually hold it and do a time version. Then
So really, the only one you're ever gonna do is the shadow kick one, because that's guaranteed.
And when you're ready,
It's time to wow out.
you activate it. So this gives you the ability to special cancel
Which
special moves. in the
I'm
other
based on the way
special
the shadow kick is designed, it's gonna be pretty efficient. It does drain meter each time you use it. So if you, or no, it doesn't drain meter. It just goes down really quick.
In the other special moves.
That's a lot of special and canceling. Oh, so you do double nut punch.
That's right.
You won't get punished if you use cameo while doing. Oh, I didn't think about that. Holy shit! Yeah, you're right. Oh, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, you're forced to block the opponent. Oh, okay, that opens it up a lot more. Ah.
Yeah.
And can't you do like multiple kicks?
Here's a question I wonder. The scorpions, scorpions like pull you back one can't be used at the same time you use this, because then it interrupts your animation. He has to do a different animation, so that one won't work. The one I'm thinking of is Scorpion, where he pulls his ally towards him and away from the enemy. I was thinking maybe you could do the hype moment and then do that at the same time, so you could still get the buff while being pulled away from your enemy. But I don't think that's going to happen, because if I remember correctly, you get stuck in an animation while you're doing that. So
Just be like, blam, blam,
That's
blam,
right.
blam.
I'm surprised that the combat cast didn't actually point that out.
Now, if that's not the top of fun, I don't know what is.
That is using a lot of meter, though. It's a very
So, like, I think we
expensive
talked about it,
approach.
Some of the information got out during our
That is very
Los
good.
Angeles that you have.
So, okay, I understand why they offered that, though, now, because he is a rushdown character. He seems to have some pretty decent pokes, but when I was seeing that matchup with let's see that match again real quick with Scorpion.
In there as well. Which
So we watch that match again with Scorpion here.
advantage.
That's actually very quick as an unblockable.
Home advantage.
Accurate.
And John
So, he recovered in time.
Cage clearly has the home advantage.
Yeah, that's true. Although, I mean, you could make the case that he's gonna be more tentative while fighting because he doesn't want to break everything. In
Okay.
He definitely would not want anything broken.
Right.
Okay, right there.
While fighting because he doesn't want to.
So he does it.
He
He had time to dash in and jab him out of it, and he got a punish. I also noticed that the combat cast did not bother using the tag-in, so I'm wondering if you may not be able to use cameos when you're doing the hype moment. Possibly, I don't know for certain. I wouldn't be surprised if you can. The button prompt is still showing the R1 button to approach with it, but that is a possibility.
want anything broken.
Right.
You do. Yeah, they're really there to
shit.
just
What's going on here? Bring that back up to 80. Okay.
himself.
Break everything in his
Oh yeah,
path.
he definitely would not want.
So yeah, you got a punish out of that. It's a pretty large recovery time.
Nice looking art in that home. And an indoor pool in the front room.
There's a giant picture of himself in there as well, which I absolutely love. I need to get one of those. Of me.
That's definitely guaranteed. During combo, No, it's not! Oh no!
I need to get one of those.
That's very unsafe. You do that, he did wake up projectile on wake up reversal, got the punish. That is super unsafe. You're effectively trading health for meter then. And a lot of health.
That's a perfect example.
I'm on the side that might be a little underpowered. The hype meter might be a little underpowered.
And
The thing, okay, here's the thing. The thing about mechanics like this, where you gain a separate meter by doing something that leaves you vulnerable, you need at least one or two options to be able to build meters safely. Now, not every character will be able to have a full screen projectile like Scorpion, but enough people will have access to plenty of resources to punish that. So that might actually warrant a buff.
totally lost.
Maybe. We won't know until we see
One
it.
of those little meta things there is maybe he felt it was a losing round anyway, and it was worth it to have it for the next round.
Fun fact, during the Flamingo back there, like there were multiple times where if you did like a big hit or something, it would just go fly.
Definitely cool, though. Really cool mechanic. I like it.
Ooh, good punish on that back three rope.
And again, you know, I can hear everyone's behind me screaming, cameos, you know, we can call in the cameos. But here's the thing, I'm not seeing the developers use it for some reason, which is a little sussy-wussy. It would be like the first thing in my mind if I knew how to play the game is cover my ass with the cameo, you know? So I can't help but wonder, can you not cameo while you're doing the taunts? It's quite possible that may be the case.
The breakers look so cool in this.
I love it because, again, with cameos, they're all different.
Yes. Good punish. Oh, and
Swagging.
wow, using the teleport in a combo. Very, very cool.
Well, and that overhead kick gets you all the time. Oh.
He's out of here.
Yeah.
I love the cameras on the throws too.
They're very, very cool.
Lao is a combo extender cameo.
You just
Kano came in.
and you canceled out of it.
Yep. He just wanted to check it out.
Ooh, that was cool, actually. I like that end screen right there. Ooh, getting right out of the hellfire, and then you see the slowdown effect right there when he gets hit. That actually looks fucking dope. I like that. That's a cool touch. Not really a defensive cameo. Yeah, that is a good point. But my point, though, is that, like, why not sacrifice the cameo to, or at least use the cameo in conjunction with it? Again, I won't know till we see someone do it, but it is a little weird. It is strange. It's not something that I'm not saying that it doesn't exist in the game. Like, you can't cameo while you do the hype moment. I'm just wondering, why isn't the developer using it? You know, it's a little strange.
All right.
Like, I'm here if you need me. I'm here if you need me.
Because here's the thing. The reason why I'm thinking that is that we saw Kung Lao's all three of his moves as a cameo. He has the teleport, he has the combo extender move, and then he also has the low fan projectile where he throws the hat on the ground. So if it was me, if I was doing that while I was doing the taunt, I would have had the Kung Lao do the low fireball throw on the ground, so that way he could hit the enemy while I'm doing that. At the very least, even if they can jump over it, it's still a projectile that slows them down. That air jump is time lost if it's at the right distance. You know, obviously if they're too close, they're too close. As a matter of fact, when Scorpion threw his spear at him, I would have done the taunt plus called in Kung Lao to throw the low projectile, so that way we would trade. We would still hit. He would still hit me with the spear, but he would get hit by the fan or by the hat, and that would stop him in place and prevent me from being pulled in for a full damage combo. So that's my thought process right now. I'm thinking that this thing may not be as strong as I thought it would be. It's cool. It's really cool, and I love it, but I'm skeptical now. Time will tell, though. Time will tell. You won't know till people get their hands on it.
Now, he's been sitting on hype. He has not activated the whole time.
He did win the set, though. Johnny did win the set.
And here we go.
See, that's super punishable. Even activating it is punishable.
The hype mode is active.
Here we go.
But the damage is holy shit.
The hype mode is active.
So he did nut punch out of 3-hit combo, nut punch again in 3-hit or during the combo. Switch sides. That's good. Anytime you have a combo that allows you to switch sides mid-combo, immediately buffs that character. For example, Ken in Street Fighter 6 is really, really strong by professional standards, and one of the biggest reasons why he's becoming a major force, despite Red Bull Kumite not being on the top 8, but one of the major components of the reason why he's been such a prolific character that we see at top levels is because not only does he have high damage, high conversion damage, and really good neutral buttons, but he can switch positions with his opponent during any combo, and that makes him very, very good, because if he's at a disadvantage against the wall, he can turn his disadvantage to an advantage by switching positions with them. So if you have a character who can switch positions, they're usually very, very dangerous. More often than not, these are reserved for rushdown characters with no fireballs. But since Ken in Street Fighter 6 has a fireball, he can kind of cheat that rule a little bit. It's not the best fireball in the game, but it's reasonable. This has very strong implications about Johnny having good ways of getting out of corner pressure if he can land this, and also he has to be in hype mode. So there's a lot of factors into it being good, but it shows the potential. It shows its potential.
Oh my god.
What was that? So
Here we go.
okay,
Oh my god.
nut punch, teleport.
How many times he's gonna
Hang on a second here. Oh, it doesn't switch sides. It doesn't switch sides. Wait a minute. He switches sides because of the cameo. Oh, I thought it would switch sides for sure.
Oh my god.
Okay, so it's not what I thought it was. It's not nearly what I thought it was. I thought he was going to go through him.
how many
The animation pulled him back.
times he's gonna
Okay, then it re-pops up again. In the high damage, yeah.
A 50% combo with hype.
They wait till possibly the last round.
Yeah, excellent whiff punish. Scorpion there.
I almost forgot how.
What Johnny definitely's got going for him is a mix-up game.
I love this throw.
The pop-up mix-up game really makes him strong, but he's got to get in. That's the drawback to his character design. He really has to work his way in, and you can see the Scorpion poking game really working on him.
Scorpion wants nothing to do with with this.
He did win the game, though. He did win it.
Oh. So, do you want to explain
His
that?
fatal blow.
Something tells me.
Oh.
Let me look at that.
That was the case.
Oh, no, he did it on reaction. Holy shit. Okay. Let's see here. I don't count the devs showing off characters properly. During the stress test, players will be exploring way more. Yeah, and you're absolutely right about that. There's no doubt about that. I'm just pointing out that I'm thinking it's a little sussy. I'm pointing out that it's sussy that the developers aren't showing that. Yes, the developers are only going to show so much during the match because they want people to explore their options, and the developers themselves are not going to be that great. They're going to be good at the game because they understand the game and they built the game from the ground up, but I've never heard of a developer actually being so good at the game that, you know, it drops people's eyes. You know, more often than not, the players usually get better than the developers at a certain point. So I that's a completely valid point, that I wouldn't look at it as the developers truly showing off the character's potential. I'm just pointing out that it's sussy. It's sussy. It's possible that he may not be able to use defensive mechanics during the hype moment, but we won't know until we see more. And hopefully during the next stress test, if they do another stress test, they include Johnny Cage in that set. I would love to see Johnny being played.
Scorpion wants nothing to do with this.
Oh. So, do you want to explain that?
What is impressive there, that wasn't like, I thought that what would end up happening is that the guy that was Scorpion would just throw an attack that was really easy for Johnny to just land, like a really overexerted attack. But he did a poke. He did a low poke and he caught it. So that tells me that that wasn't planned. That guy actually landed that legit. That's a legit, you know, read. He read him trying to counter poke him.
Scorpion wants nothing to do right
Oliver, let me take a good look there.
You would have gotten the.
Did they add the dash block? They did add the. Looks like they added the dash blocking. At the very least, they made it look like you can close in on the enemy.
Do you want to explain
His
that?
fatal blow, the attack into it, is actually a parry that he can hold.
And it catches you a lot.
Yeah.
Getting some likes, getting some major likes.
Okay. Cool. Definitely cool. Definitely cool. All right, my general impression right off the bat. Let's go ahead and switch the audio around real quick here. Okay. My general impression of the game is very, very high. Obviously, we'll talk about Rashid. Rashid, fantastic. Looks really cool. MK1 looks even better than it did before. I was having some really reserved feelings about MK1 for a little bit because I was a little concerned that it seemed like the game was getting rushed a little bit because of the marketing revolving around it. They announced the price point, they announced that they were releasing the game, the announcement for the game in general caught me a little like, are they rushing this game? Are they pushing it out too soon? You know, I was a little worried that like their publisher Warner Brothers was going to be like, no, we need a fighting game out right now. We already like canceled too many games this year. We need these games out. We have to make something quarterly this quarter. You know, I was a little worried about that. And the more I see, the more I'm being convinced that the game is looking pretty good. It's looking impressive, especially when I saw people stress testing on their gameplay on YouTube about how they were playing the game. The game is looking more and more impressive. Nevertheless, I got one major complaint, which is I think that the marketing around the game has been really good, but I would like to see more developer matches. One of the big things that was really helpful about whether or not about Street Fighter 6's like identity of, in terms of fighting games, like the mechanics and everything around it, was that there was a lot of gameplay footage and a lot of breakdowns about the gameplay mechanics. Granted, people may have got their hands on it, but from what I've been able to tell and what I've been able to see, even from the professional side of things, no one's really figured out the complete system yet. Like, there's still so much that people have not figured out with the game, which can be a good thing, obviously, when it comes down to the game's release. Obviously, you want everyone to be on par, but I would like some more details from the developers about what is possible. Like, for example, the reason why I pointed out that the hype mechanic was a little concerning and it might need a buff, depending on whether or not that is the case, I was suspicious that they weren't doing a tag during the hype mechanic. Why wouldn't you do that? Like, why wouldn't you use that? Why didn't you also explain that? Like, you could have said, as a developer, I would say I could have used a cameo during the hype mechanic to cover my ass, but I just chose not to. The fact that they left that up in the air, it makes me suspicious about it. And it's like one of those things where I would like there to be a little bit more information about the gameplay of the game. Now, I'm sure they're still ramping their way up to that kind of marketing, and they will reveal more as time goes on. The reason why I'm a little suspicious is because we're so close to the game's release. It is only months away. It's not far at all. And any changes that are made take time. Thank God there was a stress test as early as it was, or as recent as it was. So the fact that they're adjusting the movement in the game is very promising, and that's good. I do not like it when my fighting games have very sluggish movement. It's one of the first things that turn me off. I won't hate the game if the movement sucks, but it's got to compensate in certain ways. And I like watching DNF Duel matches, but I don't enjoy watching certain matches in DNF Duel because the movement in that game is horrible. You have to rely on your attacks to use movement. So like the reason why I like DNF Duel, despite its movement being really bad, they give every character like full screen attacks in order to compensate for that. For me, that tells me that's not my kind of game. That's not my kind of game at all, because as cool as it is to see insane moves, if I can't move my character in a way that makes me feel confident or feel good in general, then it's one of the most basic mechanics in the game, and that always bugs me. I'd rather have like less range with my attacks with more movement, and I think that like and that's a personal preference. I'm not saying it's a criticism of the game of DNF Duel. I'm just saying it's a personal preference. I would prefer that. I can accept it for what it is, and I can adjust. I just prefer that. But I'm glad to see that Mortal Kombat 1 has addressed what looks like they had added dash blocking into the game, which is good. Which is very good, because you need to be able to be mobile when you're closing in on people. Because if you have a rushdown character, like close quarters characters are already by design, more often than not, in fighting games, to be at a disadvantage, because most archetypes like zoning and all-rounders can usually out-punish them. Like, for example, Geef in Street Fighter has been notorious, and I'm not saying in Street Fighter 6 he is this case, although that seems to be a common consensus. I still think it's still too soon, although we haven't seen him perform that well in competitions. But in any case, traditionally in the history of Street Fighter, Geef has always been near the bottom of the tier list because he is a grappler, and because close quarters design characters are universally designed to be at a disadvantage because of the archetype of controlling space. So if Johnny is a rushdown character with no space control, that can be a big hindrance to his game plan, depending on if the movement is there. And that is very evidently the case in a game like DNF Duel. The grappler in that game can't do so high. Like, you can do relatively well once you get in, because he does so much fucking damage, but he has to get in, and it takes a while. So grapplers by design are usually at a disadvantage more often than not, unless you got a hybrid character. There are certain designs that are like hybridized. Like, for example, Manon is a pseudo hybrid grappler. She leans more grappler than anything else, but she has a few mechanics built into her that allow her to close in the distance. So she's like probably the strongest grappler in Street Fighter 6 by far, but she is still a grappler, so she, it's unlikely that she'll make it at the top of the tier list, but she does well because she has some certain techniques that allow her to do so well. While we see for most other grapplers in most fighting games, that's usually the case. That's why I'm a little concerned with Johnny saying, that's why I was saying with Johnny, he might need a buff with that hype mechanic. I don't know for certain until time shows us later and we see more of the game's structure, but I would like to see more gameplay for this game. Like, I still feel like I don't know Mortal Kombat 1's gameplay to a certain degree. Like, I've got this feeling like you know, I know what I'm looking at. I've seen people play it, and I kind of get an idea of what I'm looking at, but I feel like we're only scratching the surface of the game. I would really like to see the game at a more higher level competitive play, which I'm guessing maybe someone's come up with some like level 8 CPU matches yet. I don't know if they have, but it would be interesting to see like the CPU fight each other in Mortal Kombat 1. But so that way we can kind of see what competitive play looks like at a higher level. But time will tell. You know, hopefully they release more information as time goes on. I'm sure that we will get better idea, but my brain is telling me, hey, something's a little off right now, just a little bit. So just be a little worried, just a little bit. It's a Mortal Kombat game, and NRS for the most part has had a great record, so their record shines through more so than anything else. So I would lean that the game's complete and the game's going to be fun and great and wonderful when it releases, and plenty of content on it. I would say that if I was a betting man, I would bet on the horse. I would bet on NRS making a fantastic game that everyone's going to love, and it's not going to have some problems, and it's not going to be rushed. I would bet on that. But there is a part of me that is suspicious. I can't deny it, and I'm only voicing it because I'm hoping that's not the case. But I would love to see more gameplay from them, and more expert gameplay, especially like higher levels and people getting a hold of it. It was weird that typically during a stress test you kind of figure out by the third day how to play the game, typically in most fighting games, but in tag style games it usually takes about a week. So hopefully if they do another stress test, they invite some of the same people on there and they will be able to figure out and break the game a little bit, and we'll actually understand what the game really is played like. But I do kind of feel that that's something that's kind of missing. Overall, though, fucking the combat cast was incredible, and I will say this much: the combat cast, the community management side of Mortal Kombat, is some of the best I've ever seen in a fighting game. They are so transparent. I've played so many other fucking video games in which developers are not transparent about the shit that they're doing, and it sucks. It sucks. So hats off to the community managers for even doing not only the showcase and revealing shit and gameplay reveal shit, but for being communicative about like communicating the element of like, hey, we've been hearing about the wave dashing, we all heard it, so we want you to know that we've heard. We're not giving you an exact answer right now, but we've heard it, and that is everything. As long as we know that they know about it, that's everything. So I will say this much: hats off to the combat cast. Like seriously, they're the best. They're absolutely the best when it comes to communication.